Good afternoon everyone. So this is a short tutorial about configuration of SIP enabled router for Bharat Air Fiber connections. Normally in Bharat Air Fiber connections, the CP is not SIP enabled. So in that case, only data service will be working. So voice services are not working. So for that, we are using a SIP enabled router. So this is the basic interface of the router. You have to configure the wireless CP in the bridge mode. Then you have to connect the router. So this is the main interface of the router. Here you have to go in the networking part, networking WAN part, then WAN part. Then this is WAN setting is there, right? In WAN setting there are three options: dynamic IP, static IP, then PPO. You have to select PPO mode. Once you select PPO mode, you have to click modify. So you will get this page. Here you have to enter the username. The username is the username provided by the ISP. Here BSNL only. Password is password only. Password. Then service name you can type anything. MTU keep it default value, that is 1492. Then in the secondary connection you have to enable it. Enable it, and in the secondary connection you have to make it dynamic IP. Right. Once you done with this, you have to click modify. So since I have already done the configuration, so I am not going to save this again. So after that you can see in the secondary connection we have selected dynamic. Dynamic means the service, the secondary service, that is a VoIP service, will be configured in dynamic IP, means it will automatically obtain the IP from the server. So the next part is firewall. You have to go in the firewall, then bandwidth and VLAN. Then VLAN is the tab. In VLAN, these are the ports, right? So you have to enable the VLAN, LAN 1, LAN 2, LAN 3, LAN 4. You have to enable these ports. NAT will be enabled. All will be in tagged mode, and you have to enter the customer VLAN. Customer VLAN is the 13. In my case, this is 131. Likewise, you have to tag the VLAN in your wireless also, then only wireless will work. So you have to tick this port enable, then NAT, then tagging, then you have to enter the VLAN. Likewise, in the WAN side, you have to tag the VLAN 131 as well as WAN second. This is the secondary connection which we have configured earlier. So this is the WAN connection. So in WAN connection, you have to write the 1830. This is the VoIP IP VLAN. So once you are, and the one thing that you have to notice here is that you have to enter this priority. Here in the case of broadband data, 131 is for data, you have to write 0, and for the secondary connection which is VoIP, here you have to write 6. Then you have to click modify. Once you have done with this configuration, then you will go to the VoIP. In VoIP, you have to go to register setup, then server 1. In server 1, you will get this kind of values, like here you have to enable SIP proxy. You have to check this enable SIP proxy. Enable SIP proxy, you have to check this one. Then SIP proxy URL. SIP proxy URL, here you have to write the SIP proxy. This one, the 10.18871 and 12.12 is the SIP proxy IP. Port will be 4060 as default value. Here everything you don't have to change anything, any of the values above. Then the name, this is the subscriber number preceded by 91. So 9117229669005 is the customer number. Name, customer number will be same, account number will be same, and password will be by default this is same. So once you modify this, your number will be registered. So how you are going to check whether the number is registered or not? So you have to go to this register status. One option is there. There you can see that your number is registered. This one is registered, right? So likewise, you can check your number is registering or not. Finally, you can go in the system. You can find the system status. Once you click the system status, you will find like this is the WAN IP 59.99.127.175 that will be using, that we will be using for data. And the secondary connection, you can see this is the VoIP IP 10.115.117.155. This is the dynamic VoIP IP which we have configured as the secondary connection. This is the VoIP connection actually. Now this is a basic configuration which we did, but since this is a router, so you have to define the routes also. Routes means how you are going to route your traffic. So in this there are two, you have to go to the routing, then routing there are two options, routing table, static routing. So go to the static routing. In static routing you have to add the route. Suppose you have to go here, first you have to go here, system status. Here you can see this is my VoIP IP, this is my subnet mask. With this VoIP IP and subnet mask you can easily calculate the network address. So with the network address we are going to create some static routes. So these are the static routing. Go to the static routing. This is the SIP server IP 10.187.1.12. This is the mask 255.255.255.0. Here I put the gateway of the VoIP IP, the gateway of that pool 10.115.112.1. Likewise, this is another IP. I don't know what is the purpose of this IP, but C dot people has told me to enter this IP also. So 10.191.135.70, this is the subnet mask, and again you have to put the gateway as same. So once you click this, and don't forget to enable the static routing. Here you have to enable the static routing, and these two routes you have to enable. After this, click modify, and your voice and internet will be working simultaneously. So this is all about the video. Hopefully this will help you in configuring Bharat Airfiber cases. Thank you.